Good evening, race fans. Welcome back into Friday Night RODDCAR here live on YJ Media here at Talladega for the wild card doubleheader here tonight to determine the running order for the playoffs next week. As always, here with my co-commentator in the booth, Art. How we doing tonight?
I'm excited to be back. Somewhat 2 weeks off for us. One willingly, one unwillingly. But excited to be back.
Absolutely. Back for the doubleheader here this evening. Race information is as follows. One lap of qualifying. Each race will be 38 laps. Fuel capacity is unchanged. Fuel runs 20 to 25 laps. 3 green-white checkers. And 1 fast repair for these drivers here this evening. If you're a little bit new to the situation, we took 15 drivers, put them all together. The top 5 are locked into the playoffs next week, so we need 5 more from 6th through 15th in points. The 5 drivers that score the most points through 2 races are moving on to the next round of the playoffs. And then out of those 10, we will then trim that down to 5 for the championship race in just a couple of weeks. But got a lot to sort through here, and plenty of time to make moves happen. Everybody will be resetting. The top 5 are on their own grid, 2,000 points. 6th through 15th, all 1,000 points. It's a fresh start. Nothing separating these drivers. Laps led are going to matter. Bonus points, all the same. So we'll see how these drivers elect to go about their business, knowing there's a whole second race as well.
Why not just try and win both?
Any quality issues can be blamed on still spotty cell and internet service to get things running just a little bit sluggish. We are back, but right about...
It's kind of what happens when you get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah, hurricane kind of unloaded. So just kind of let us know if it gets too bad. I don't know, but it is, I think, average at the moment is Harry Tiller's on pole, tentatively 52.579. But glad to be back in some capacity, even if it's not at 100%. But I think it's stabilizing. Who the heck knows? Either way, we're happy to be here. Friday Night RODDCAR. Got playoff implications on the line. But the drivers that will be participating in tonight's doubleheader to move on to the playoffs and then potentially championship race are as follows. The top 5 that are locked in and have no implications could go for the wins. Tucker Minter, Parker White, Bobby Zielinski, Michael P. Frisch, and Daniel Falkingham. The 10 wildcard drivers, we'll take 5 of them, are Michael Cozy Jr., Tyler Gary, Christopher M. Hill, Hunter East, Dylan Kem, Dylan Dreiling, Seth DeMerchant, Jay Riot, Mo Perry, and Scott Warren. I mean, that is just an absolutely stacked top 15.
I mean, the entire RODDCAR field just kind of stacked.
Absolutely. I think, actually, yeah, we're looking good quality-wise for now, so we'll leave it. See if we could just continue. Ryan Doucette, top of the board, 52.47, the only man in the 52.40s. Solid lap, as it looks like the only other man out on the racetrack. Scott Warren, Corey Henry, Gary Weaver. But with just 30 seconds remaining, it looks like Gary Weaver should finish his lap. It'll be very close for Scott Warren. Corey Henry will not finish his lap in time. But let's see what Gary Weaver's got. I think he showed up while we were on break. So good to see some new faces amongst the heavy hitters. He crosses the line. Goes 12th quickest. Scott Warren will be able to finish his lap just in the nick of time. Crosses the line with 2 seconds remaining. Jumps up to P2. Solid effort from Scott Warren at the death. And that could be big in terms of getting him a bonus point.
I'm really curious how this is going to work because I believe we have an extra pace lap tonight.
Yes, so let's get into that. While everything was happening around us, let's go ahead and it's almost trying to learn how to walk again. All these nice little fun buttons and everything. Let's find someone out on the track. We'll bring it back. There we go. Ryan, you set your pole sitter. The names at the top of your screen, real quick. The ones highlighted in blue are your wild card drivers, 6th through 15th in points. Those are the positions you'll want to be watching. The drivers highlighted in gold are the drivers locked in. They have nothing to worry about here tonight. We'll see them next week in the round of 10. So White, Zielinski, Minter, Falkenham, Frisch, all 5 right there. And then your 10 wild card drivers. But we'll wait till everyone to grid up before we get into what's about to happen. I'd say that's fair. But before we do that, Art, pick the win tonight. For race number 1, we're getting 2 picks each tonight.
2 picks each. Give me Michael Cozy Jr.
And if any of the 10 wild card drivers win, they're automatically locked into next week's round. So, limits the opportunities for some other drivers. We'll see if the top 5 want to limit their opportunities. So a lot of strategy on the line here tonight. Quick races, so we'll see. Waiting on just a couple more drivers to grid up. 38 laps. Going to be a sprint, especially if they keep it single file for a bit, but we'll see. Waiting on, I think that is everybody. Pace car should start to roll here momentarily. The driver's rolling backwards. A little bit of contact there between some pals. Mostly some of the NASCAR fellows. As we begin to roll. We'll go ahead and just let you know what's about to happen here. Rod Flag, Glorious Leader, informed us that Parker White has agreed to do an extra pace lap at the start of race number 1, and that is because you are looking at the best driver on the oval side of things in the entire iRacing service. Parker White, your 2024 NASCAR champion, Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion, won it in thrilling fashion earlier this week at Homestead, Miami. Went 4 wide to pull off the move and walked away.
And even saved the car.
Yeah.
Like that final corner, Bobby Zielinski got in the back of him, able to keep it straight. What a move.
Just all around great racing, walked away a champion. I think it was $100,000 he won as a result, or a decent chunk of change for a couple hours work on that day, but plenty of hours before that put into it, and definitely paying off. He's your season 32 champion in RODDCAR as well. We taught him everything he knew. If he can survive RODDCAR, he can survive the Coke Series. But you look at it, like Bobby Zielinski was right there in the last corner. Cozy's an ever-present figure. Doucette. Frisch, I think, was doing sub-duty and got a top 15. So just an all-around fantastic performance from RODDCAR regulars in this year's NASCAR Championship Series. And very cool that now officially the best oval iRacer is a Friday night RODDCAR regular and a champion, trying to go back-to-back.
Yeah, the RODDCAR to Coke Series pipeline is honestly filled with incredible talent.
So let me go ahead and pull this up again real quick while we do these extra pace lap. The season 33 results real quick while we reset everything, get everyone caught back up to speed. Special shout out to Travis Brown, by the way, and Jordan Worth for subbing in the last 2 weeks. They did a fantastic job. So special thank you to both of them for continuing to broadcast the action on Friday nights for us. Thanks again, fellas. And let's go ahead and real quick. Here's your season 33 results up to this point. Tonight, race 11 and 12. So the first 10 races officially now have all been won by Coke Series driver Michael P. Frisch doing sub-duty. So yeah, Tucker Minter, Seth the Merchant, Tucker Minter again, Bobby Zielinski, Michael Cozy Jr., Parker White, Bobby Zielinski, Tucker Minter, Daniel Falkingham. Frisch won last week and then made a Coke Series start. So a complete lockout of wins, and I think over 90% on the podiums at least. So utter domination thus far. Would expect that to continue into the playoffs. Full field of 35 here this evening. Let's really quickly make sure we're trying to get all the bells and whistles fixed. We're ready to go racing here at Talladega, first of 2 races. And we'll really quickly, one more thing. We can show you what we're talking about with the wild card doubleheader. We're working off of turn number 4. Send the championship standing data. And we'll go ahead and show it real quick. There's your top 15. Top 5 locked in at 2006 to 15th, all fighting it out for a chance at the playoffs and a chance at a championship. You picked Michael Cozy Jr. to win. Give me our eNASCAR champion, Parker White. We're ready to go racing.
Yeah, I mean, I picked a man who really wants to, win to lock himself in. Just seems like, a good business strategy.
In a must-win situation, I wouldn't doubt seeing him in victory lane. And here we go. Race 1 of 2 underway. 76, 77 on the front row, already 3 wide. Scattering. It's like we never left.
Almost seemed like the Merchant wanted to go to the back, but didn't have any help.
And we got Scott Warren already backing up big time through the middle.
Oh, we got to go!
Oh, it's right at the front. It's everybody. Almost. Oh, AJ Green up and over. Flipping wildly in the half a lap.
What a return!
Welcome back, YJ, everybody. Well done. Well done, gentlemen. Wouldn't have it any other way.
I am fairly certain this starts at the front with Ryan Doucette getting turned into the outside wall.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Mere seconds after the green flag. Ryan Miniker involved right at the front. Oh, and that's not what you want to see. Good thing they kept it clean on lap 1, guys. Holy smokes. All right, there's a lot to unpack here on the very first lap. They're making me work for it already. Didn't have any time to get back up to speed. Catch my breath, but here we go. Oh, and it's going to be Jacob Dunn getting into the right rear of Ryan Doucette. And, I mean, yeah, you turn the leader coming off of turn 2 on the very first lap. There's going to be some problems. And yeah, and poor Ryan Miniker, just poor everybody behind this, but especially Miniker, who's just the first one to the party. Christopher Hill there, Dylan Kemp, AJ Green, Travis Brown, Michael Gould. Rod Flagg was involved. Third place driver trying to go low, and he just gets hooked. It's just a chain reaction. If you're right, you're like, that's not too bad. A little bit of big contact there actually at the end. Zachary Milano. Let's go on board here with AJ Green just to figure out what the heck happened. So this 487 machine. You think you're good, they're coming down India. And holy smokes, what a ride. Already. Let's get another angle. What happened here to AJ Green? Just getting bullied. I think Bobby Zielinski will have a great look at this.
I didn't know it was possible to pinch a car in the air like that.
Just a wild sequence right off the start. Harry Tiller's going to have a good look at this. He just pinches him off the inside wall. Let's look at this from Dean Clabbett's perspective. Started way at the back. And you just see a mess in front of you. Did I hear him get hit all the way in the back? Excuse me. And Milano just a little bit of a rub.
How do you come down that far and just get him?
It's unfortunate. But yeah, man. 9 set from P1 to junked. Jacob Dunn. It's obviously not intentional, just misjudged it just a tiny bit, but that's all it takes. I don't want to have that one back. Be totally at fault. Can already chalk that one up onto the penalty report. Just see AJ just having a moment. My goodness. I mean, you can just pick almost any car in this field.
And it's not like other races where you have, 70 laps to get it back. This is going to be fast repair territory.
Honestly, yeah. So it changes the math for a lot of people very quick. There's a great shot of it.
Because a lot of the times you can tell like a lot of cosmetic damage, just get it fixed, put some tape on it, you're good to go. Like, I don't know if you can really risk it here. You go like 3 laps down repairing your car, you might not get it back.
Because now we're at the point where they're like, all right, they got it out of our system, we wrecked the whole field on lap 1. They could just go 30 laps clean and you get a caution with 3 to go, but you're still 2 laps down or something. Producer's note from myself, all paint schemes, all number image files and stats will be fully updated for next week. We got most of the heavy lifting done. We can tell you who the playoff drivers are with the ticker and all the fun stuff. Some people change their paint schemes weekly, and it's hard to keep up, especially after a 2-week break. And then some of the stats that you see on the bottom left aren't fully updated. Some are updated as of 2 weeks ago, last week, or we're able to get some of them fully updated. But everything should be back to normal next Friday night.
It's always next Friday night with you.
And exhale after all that. I think we got everything out that we needed to, all the disclaimers, picks to win. I can remember how to click buttons properly. I think we're fully back, fellas.
We're so back.
It's so incredibly back. But yeah, we gave a special extra pace lap to Parker White. He's the NASCAR champion. He's 35th, 1 lap down. That's crazy how quickly things can change. Being 1 lap down with what looks to be a mostly intact car, that shouldn't be any problem at all. Pace car is off. Michael Cozy Jr. Tyler Gary, excuse me, your race leader. Get ready for the restart here. Coming to lap number 5. Maybe it is Cozy that's the race leader. They were so tucked up tight, but nevertheless back underway. We'll see if they can make it past the back straightaway this time.
Give them a solid maybe.
Already 3 wide, it looks like at the front. At least mid-pack. Let's see here. Everyone hold your breath off turn 2.
Looks good.
All okay. For now.
And we make it through 3 and 4.
Mind your P's and Q's. Looks good entering.
Be like actual NASCAR. Remember the trial,
Oh, brother.
The finish line's not in the trial.
It's not the middle of the trial. It's a couple hundred feet, yards, or whatever. I don't know the exact measurement, but it's not 2.5. It's 2.66 total. There's a couple extra. You gotta make it back to the end of the trial to win.
Just gives them even more chance to wreck before the line.
But they did complete a lap under green. We're off and rolling now. We're gonna try and settle in now. Already, your Bo Perry, Seth the Merchant, Jay Wyatt at the back. And then obviously, Parker White already locked in with anything to worry about. Still a big run.
Or even win, you know?
Yeah, but Jay Wyatt, Mo Perry, the Merchant, they don't want to be stuck back there.
Money is still on the line every week. For every spot, well, not every spot, but, you know, for one spot.
Right now, if you're Dylan Cam inside the top 10, knowing that you have a lot of those playoff competitors or wild card competitors way at the back, you're feeling good early on. And we're going around again!
Oh, that's violent.
Up and over nearly. Huge collision. Brings out our second caution of the evening. Both big ones. Looks like this. Oh, man. So he didn't actually go over, but he definitely got up. For Scott Warren. Destroy. Parker White involved again. Let's take a look here. This happens a couple cars in front. It looks like maybe... Yeah, Milano's going to get... There's a big move here from the top to the bottom, but Hunter East, Tyler Gary are kind of stalled out in no man's land. Corey with a big head of steam. Milano pushing him all the way. Then Corey kind of drifts up. And then checks up. Gets hit from the 13 of Milano. Who then is going to get hooked. With the chain reaction by Jacob Roth right up into Scott Warren. Turns Frisch around. Gould. Hill. Worth. Sent the Merchant drifting through there. Parker White involved again. It's like I said, he's locked in, so all unfortunate. Yeah, oh, it's actually Rod getting in there. Normally, one expecting Rod to get a little help. No, he just couldn't slow down as much on the apron. Yeah. And a new Kevin Spencer paint scheme. How about that? It's a whole lot.
Still NC State.
It is, but it's different. Definitely a different theme on that 96. Not bad at all.
Very patriotic.
Dylan Kem going to lead that lap. Big for him as he is one of the wild card drivers.
Like, this is going to be a long one if we keep doing this.
Well, I mean, they've wrecked twice, and they're already at lap 10, so they're if that's what they want to do, waste 4 or 5 laps at a time, and then, you know, you're stuck back in 30th with 4 to go. They would like to make moves, I'm sure. Especially the wild card guys. They can't afford to pace themselves out of contention. And like you mentioned, just as that right before that caution came out, there's still the regular RODDCAR prizes on the line, just because it's playoff season. If you win the race, you still get a little cha-ching for your troubles. So everybody's trying to win 100%. The locked-in guys want to add, get a free lunch next week. Wild card drivers trying to get themselves locked into the playoffs, and the non-winners trying to win for the very first time.
Yeah, you just I feel like most drivers want to win just to win, right? The money is definitely a bonus, and a very nice one at that.
Absolutely. Then at the end of this season, champion gets an extra $250, so that's what they're all racing for. And if
It's a very nice lunch.
Yes, it is. And if you are a first-time champion, then your payout gets upgraded. Go up the ladder even more. So every time you win after that, you make a little extra even then. So much on the line.
That's why RODDCAR is the greatest show on iRacing.
The best super speedway league out there, without a question.
I'd say best league, just for entertainment value.
I give you that. But we're going to line them up here for the restart, lap 11. So still not quite able to make it on fuel, so one more pit stop still required. It looks like Milano's already 2 laps down, and looks like we lost Jordan Worth in all of that. So I'm not sure what happened to him, but if he was involved in both the big ones and had to burn a fast pair and then got caught up again, then that's curtains. So yeah. Race of attrition starting early.
Man, really said we just go next.
Oh, and advancing from the LCQ, I knew I missed one thing. Advancing from the LCQ earlier tonight gets them into both races. Michael Gould, Ryan Doucette, Jordan Worth, but didn't do him a whole lot of good in this race. Ryan Miniker, Zachary Milano, Jacob Dunn, and Gary Weaver. "34 cars still in the race, 33 of them on the lead lap. Pace car makes that gradual left-hand turn down pit road. Ready to get back underway.
We can make it 5 laps this time. I have faith in these boys.
Just imagine if Corbin actually enjoyed spending time with us again on Friday nights. We could have him do the under-overs, the stats, but, you know. I remember YJ's too good for us nowadays. He turned 30 and his whole perspective changed. It just ruined him.
I can't be on here playing video games with the fellas anymore.
Here we go. Already 3 wide. Don't tell Travis Brown to wait around. And there he goes. Putting Falkingham 3 wide. 3x3 for the third row. On back. The Merchant, Gary Weaver, Hunter Easton, that third line. Big move there from James Mendez to block off Dreiling through the middle. Now working to the low line. Hungry drivers up there. Mendez thought he had a win. Last season's first ever, I believe, but advanced below the yellow or had some controversy at the end of his finish. Dreiling, 2023 Draft Heart 300 winner, looking to get back to victory lane. Travis Brown leading this field. Needs no introduction. Side draft there from the 24 of East. He's going to bring Corey Henry with him. Big move to that bottom lane. Merchant, an excellent pusher to have in your corner. Second in line on the outside, middle, falling back. James Mendez was leading this race a second ago. Now he's outside the top 15 entirely. Down to Merchant place on the low line. Contact there with Falkingham. And he saves it. 3 wide for second.
The Merchant went from pushing Moonhead to being in front of him.
The old switcheroo.
Just going 200 miles an hour casually.
J. Smith gets that lap led to Merchant. Would have loved to have that in his corner. Looks like we've lost Miniker from the lead draft. Big move, bottom to top for Hunter East. If I'm at the Merchant, I don't like that too much. Jacob Roth has seen enough. He has seen enough.
Smartest move of the day right there.
And these boys, 38 laps. I think that what we're seeing, it tells us all we need to know. Intensity's been turned up since the drop of the green flag, and they are going for it. Corey Henry out in front. He just missed the wild card cutoff. usually a contender. Love to see him back in victory lane. But already 25 laps to go. If they keep it green, it'll be over fairly quick, but they're getting squirrely again. DJ Smith with a bobble. Chris Hill looked a little unstable. Corey Henry going to get shipped, and there they go.
Oh my.
Right in front of the field.
These pushes, they're just so violent.
Wasn't necessarily the most destructive wreck, but everybody scattered nonetheless, and you could see that one coming. That was got a foreshadowing of about 5 seconds, but AJ Green's had a wild ride down this back straightaway. Got a big hit there. But let's go ahead and take a look here. What brought out our third caution of the evening. Again, starting right at the front of the field. It's going to be Corey Henry. So I could definitely tell he gets hit there, but I don't know if that's a planned move to the middle. He goes up. Gets a little bit unsettled by DeMerchant, who's got a head of steam coming from the 11. Block was made with plenty of time. Honestly, somewhat surprised DeMerchant didn't try and put him 4 wide because the gap was there, especially knowing you're getting a heck of a shove. But there's going to be some deceleration on the contact there. Gets him out of shape. From Hill back down right in front of Hunter East. Brown pants moment. And then it's off from there. Hill back up the track. Gary Weaver, nothing he could have done. Travis Brown down into the track, into Zielinski, into DJ Smith. And it is off from there. Tucker Minner just sneaks through. Only a couple cars involved, but you definitely tell how that one started. And we're on the very edge of the fuel window, so this will be very interesting to see how these drivers navigate this. Rod Flag will stay out and get his bonus point.
Weekly occurrence.
Zachary Milano gets one of his laps back. So 33 cars still on the lead lap, and Milano only 1 lap down. Car looks pretty good. He should be A-okay. With definitely some left side damage there for that 10 machine, so he might even just pit this lap and go right to the back if he doesn't elect to stay out and just drop to the back naturally, but we'll see what he wants to do. James Mendez, surprised that he has 0 seconds of damage, and let's go take a look at what he was involved in to see if it's a worthy 0 seconds or not.
I mean, looks like 0 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
couple bumps here and there, but
you're worried about the bump in the front for sure, but yeah, no damage there. Just on the edge. Oh, well, actually, does he hold the brakes, boss? He's letting it roll.
What was that, though? Like, really?
Ends up almost kissing the right front, but...
Like, he almost backed into somebody, brother.
Well, yeah, that's 0 seconds. We got a Gonzaga mentioned for Rod Flag. Make them get a football team. That would be funny.
I would love
Basketball powerhouse Gonzaga, but they're in the Pac-12. They got to get a football team now.
Yeah, here comes Rod.
Yep.
Honestly, Mendez, you should have said something, because now, like...
Man, let it roll.
That no braking thing gonna be...
Don't do that.
I'm saying it's a Rud. Issuing a penalty.
He missed the playoffs. What does it matter?
Just make it even worse for him.
Let's go talk to our favorite Pit 2 guys. Dean Clavitt, Jacob Roth, Mo Perry.
No,
well, listen, we gave you a 2-week break. I don't want to hear it. Good to see you again, fellas. Mo Perry, how we doing tonight?
Breathing, so I guess okay, maybe.
Okay, maybe gonna be starting inside the top 10 here. 22 laps to go. What's the mentality here?
Uh, Praying that there's a caution immediately, just so that I can come back in and get fuel, because if we were pitting right there, like if I'd come in this time by, that would still put you at like 1 lap short, so that's if you save a hell of a lot, which I'm pretty decent at, so. Just hoping we get a little bit more fuel. But aside from that, just don't wreck, don't die, make it to the second race. Hope that goes caution free.
There you go. You're in the wild card playoffs. Put yourself P7 right now. It's a very good spot to be. Jacob Roth, you're 10th where you started. How's your race going?
Started pretty bad. Fast repair, lap 1, that was fun.
Oh yeah.
Just staying up front. Short race.
Very true. Dean Clavitt, you like to hang out at the back usually, but with a shorter race, what's the mentality here for the 56 machine?
I'd say not get wrecked, but I already got wrecked. So I'm basically getting my damage fixed right now. But I'm going to be aggressive now with few laps to go. But we'll see. See what happens.
Alrighty, fellas. Good luck.
Well, thank you.
Let me see a Dean Clavitt in Masterclass. Let him go get aggressive and get up there.
I'm good.
I just saw a farming simulator paint scheme.
Are you shocked?
The
game's great.
Hang on now. I just haven't seen it in. But we're about wrecking in the back here. As I'm looking at the farming simulator. Yeah, farming simulator 25 from Jay Wright. Very interesting. Back underway, out the front.
And the city folk just don't get it.
Look at the colors we got up front here. We got the Dylan Dreiling BK Racing throwback, the Corey Henry. Reminds me of the Gravedigger almost, but I know that's not what it is. But the scheme, the colors almost pop like it is. A tad bit. We have a very obvious play here from Kevin Spencer, James Mendez, who still think it's too early to mix it up at the front. These might be some of the people without a fast repair.
You talking about that while I watch somebody send it 4 wide. Oh, man.
How about that 008 leading that inside line right there with Mo Perry and Jacob Roth that are lined up. Before in the 7. Mo's hoping for one more caution to be good on fuel. I imagine most of them. Because you don't want to be that one more caution. Look at Hunter East getting a shot through the middle from Tucker Minner in the 010. Here comes the middle.
And that 010 was the car that pushed it 4 wide. He had places to be, and he is getting there.
They are even with the low line. See what they do if the front 2 in the middle are able to get clear where they want to go. I'm going to drop down to the low line. Now Falkingham leads the middle. They're going to lose a lot of momentum, but it's Falkingham and Frisch, Tyler Gary, and DeMerchant up top. East and Minter down low.
Something happened in the back with Rod. There was a big checkup. He's going to have to hope to grab one of these 3 cars back here.
Should be able to. We're going to drop down in front of him. Now, only 19 laps to go. We've only been live 40 minutes. We're into the closing stages of race number 1. Now, here comes that middle. We said they lost momentum, but don't tell that to Falkingham and Frisch. Jacob Dunn trying to make up for his mistake. Harry Tiller! That had to have been some UK lag, but right front bouncing up and down, but somehow able to continue for now.
There was a big checkup in that outside line, people almost running each other over, and it got all the way back to Harry Tiller.
They're half a tenth behind Christopher M. Hill, so they should be okay to remain in the lead draft. Zachary Milano, Gary Weaver hoping for one more wreck. We've actually lost Gary Weaver after that last caution, after our 3rd caution, so bring it down to 33 drivers. And with Worth and Weaver out on playoff drivers, so the floor comes up just a little bit for for every wild card driver. Not guaranteed a last, not guaranteed a second to last, so got 33 other spots to fight for.
Got a little tandem out front. Tyler Gary pushing Dreiling.
Dreiling. Lap led. That's definitely one lap led for Dreiling. Tyler Gary. Merchant. You can see there in the top 6.
If they race like this, we might have a 4-car breakaway.
Yeah, there's 3x3
Like that.
fifth on back. Front 4 saying, let's...
Okay, never mind.
Gary got hot behind Reynolds. He'll duck down to 4th.
Oh, that would have been funny.
And they're swallowed up by the pack yet again. There goes Hunter East. Michael Gould going right with him. Now it counts Dreiling as having led a lap. Fair enough. Dreiling still the beneficiary of the 2-car today.
Perry!
Mo Perry up and into the catch fence. Right front and destroyed. Falkingham, nowhere to go. Well, he got the one caution he needed, but it's both the 54s. Take a look at what happened. 4th caution of the evening. Oh, that is a rough sight if you're Daniel Falkingham. But what in the world happened to Mo Perry? Oh,
Not necessarily.
goodness. Oh,
Not sure I want to say that, AJ Green came. Like, it feels a little like a meet in the middle situation. One definitely did more than the other, but
all right. Let's see here.
Perry's crab walking.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Got this 0-1 to Travis Brown. I don't think he's gonna. Does he make contact? Is that what gets them all squirrely? Yes. Yeah, I mean, he's fully in Mo's lane at that point. See it from his perspective. You see that slight contact there from Travis Brown to AJ Green. Definitely gets him unsettled. He just... I mean, do you say that Mo comes up at the last possible second? But, I mean, AJ Green is almost fully with it underneath those that first seam. Nevertheless, he gets right hooked at the end of the day, right in front of Falkingham, AJ Green, and Dylan Kemp, nowhere to go. So, playoff hopefuls involved. James Mendez going to stay out and lead this lap. So, Mo Perry got the caution he wanted, but he was the caution. And this should be, yeah, everybody will be good on fuel to the end. Looks like we've lost Zachary Milano as a result of that caution, somehow. Curious if this is, he shouldn't be able to make it for James Mendez, but did it on lap 16:38. Very close. Yeah, we'll see if it's a track position play for that 92, if he's going to come in again. But a lot of broke cars. But you can see there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That's exactly where they need to be. Hill, Warren keeping them honest. Because Parker White being in front of you, the locked-in drivers being in front of you doesn't really affect you. James Mendez being in front of you doesn't affect anything. In terms of you're getting beat, you're just losing potential points, but so are your other competitors. if you're Dylan Dreiling, the 2 people ahead of you don't really matter because Dylan Dreiling is the highest running wild card driver, so he's sitting pretty. It'll be, what is it, 12 laps to go on the restart. Mendez will give it up, so everybody will be good on fuel now to the end with his pit stop. Couple stragglers on pit road trying to fix damage. AJ Green, Harry Tiller. It looks like for AJ Green's sake that, oh yeah, right front. So his race is done. Race number 1 for AJ Green in the books. They're not putting that thing back on. Right front looks like their overtime possession versus who were they playing when they completely just imploded?
Was it Illinois?
It was Illinois, yeah. The right front looks like their overtime possession versus Illinois. Ugly. So with that, lock him into 32nd.
Such a fun game to watch live.
It was. Falkingham coming in for a splash and go. And he will pass AJ Green right there. That's the battle for 31st. And there it is. Falkingham up a spot to 31st. So AJ Green 32nd, Milano 33rd, Weaver 34th, Jordan Worth bringing up the rear here for race number 1. Yeah, the Thursday night football game was fantastic. We got a great Thursday night game. I mean, that's what more do you want?
And it was between Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield.
Kirko Chains.
That man was swag surfing on the bench.
It's Kirktober in Atlanta. So 30 cars on the lead lap. Falkingham 1 lap down. 32nd through 35th out. A whole lot to be settled here in the final 12 laps. Tucker Minter, Dylan Dreiling, your front row. Still looking for our first non-Coke Series win of the year. If there was any time to do it, I think doubleheader night with all the craziness in the air might be the time to do it, but we'll see. Through the Geico restart zone, you can see the slam there from DeMerchant to Minter saying, all right, it's time to go. 12 laps left. Nah, Baker's that guy. He's fun.
I, as a Texas fan, love Baker Mayfield.
Because he owns you.
I will slap the taste out of your mouth.
Squirrely going back to 3 wide. There's Jacob Roth up top. Ryan Doucette cozy behind him for that third lane to form quickly. Make some progress. Got 2 great pushers behind Roth. Inside line not really formed up. Only 3 cars tucked up tight. Hunter East making a move, bringing that 008 with him. And Gary now Dreiling no help through the middle. Jumps down to the bottom. There is no middle. All the way back to Jay Wright in 18th with Frisch, but here comes Travis Brown and Bobby Zielinski. Bobby Zielinski says never mind. Travis Brown says never mind. We're back to Jay Wright leading the middle.
They were going to have the help.
Thinking about it. Hunter East definitely making a move. Him and the 008 working well together. Uncle Gould. Big pushes coming down to 10 laps to go. Parker White dipped below the apron. All fine for now.
Oh, we've got to run through the middle.
No Perry and Harry Tiller out of the pack for now. It's a 28-car race for the win. Because literally any one of these fellows is going to win it. For now.
I really thought Jacob Roth was going to get the hit of a lifetime and just die.
Well, he about did. Still, on the edge from the 97, from the 58, and there's Tyler Gary turned in front of the field.
Caution's still not out. There it is. What in the world?
I mean, that was clear as day what was going on there. That's the second time the leader of the race off of turn number 2 has been turned in front of the field. 5th caution of the evening. Very obvious. We right there had a great angle of that. Back this up. Coming off of turn number 2, almost an identical situation, it looks like.
It's a little different.
I mean, the end result is exactly the same. He gets right reared from the lead, but like you mentioned,
reasoning's a little different.
So they're gonna come
Henry and East wanted to go up around him.
So right here, East into the back of Corey Henry gives him that run and not clear. You can say that Corey Henry, I think at this moment, is making that move because he sees Hunter East making that move. And then Tyler Gary definitely coming up, not clear. And at that point, I mean, that Hunter East tries to crank left, but there's nothing that's going to save that. Set the Merchant gets a piece, Jacob Roth, big hit, Frisch, Doucette, James Mendez, Ryan Oates, all involved. Oates, I think, definitely got a big, or at least let's just see here. Yeah, he's going to get, oh yeah, Mendez, big left rear hit there. And then what happens to Dylan Kem? Oh, he's just going to get spun. Trying to check up. Miniker wasn't able to in time. And he just gets it one more time on the way out. So that'll, like I said, these guys are pacing themselves out of laps. Obviously nothing Hunter East did wrong, but he's now back in 28th. There'll be about 5 laps to go. AJ Green did actually get back out and going, but 6 laps down with 8 laps to go. Not a recipe for success. Ever since we went to the wave yourself around at will, but only one time. Koch comes out and get the guarantee wave round, but only one. Multiple laps down, kind of a detriment. I think the best, I forget who it was, but it happened this season. They're about 4, maybe 5 laps down at halfway, ended up finishing on the podium. But at this point for AJ Green, just running out there to I mean, you can race for track position, but not for an actual spot in the running order. So get up there and race for fun. Yeah, if you're Hunter East, Tyler Gary, Dylan Kem, not where you want to be. Frisch, it doesn't matter, you're locked in. Walkingham, you're okay, even though you're in 31st. You see there, Milano, Weaver, Worth out. AJ Green not out, but effectively locked into 32nd. The Merchant leading the wild card driver, Scott Warren, great run so far. Corey Henry, Michael Gould. Non-wild card front runners, Dreiling, Cozy, Riot, doing what they need to do. Hill, those are your top 5 wild card drivers. And a host of neither, right in the midfield. Mo Perry trying to climb his way back into it. Gary and company, East, with some work to do, as well as Kem, so they'll be hard charging. Let's take a look here. James Mendez said, what happened to him? Have a look at it. You're going low, 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 low. Everybody else is coming down there to meet you. And it's a chain reaction. Bam! That's a very violent impact, I won't lie. Very sudden, so surprised it held up that well. But at this point, 31 cars on the lead lap. AJ Green won't be able to get all his laps back. 31 spots up for grabs. Everybody would be good on fuel. Everyone pitted on lap 24 or 25 or under our most recent caution. So no questions on fuel. Just how can you beat 31 other drivers? Just tuning in. Drivers highlighted in gold at the top of your screen are locked into the playoffs next week. 1 through 5 in the regular season points. 6 through 15. Drivers highlighted in blue. The wild card drivers. 2 races here tonight. The 5 of those drivers that score the most points will be joining our locked-in competitors next week. A round of 10. And then we'll trim that from 10 to 5, and we'll have a championship 5.
I still have all my faith in Michael Cozy Jr.
Uni Parker White.
Say he going back to back.
Mm-hmm.
He's just that guy.
Pace
He
car,
really is that guy.
Pace car is off. And then it should be said the playoffs are 2 races, not a doubleheader like tonight, but 2 weeks. We have race 1 at Daytona, race 2 at Talladega, and then the finale in Florida 400 at Daytona. Every race in the month of October of the utmost importance here for Friday Night RODDCAR. We're back underway. 6 laps to go.
Not looking good for the non-pros as is. Already have Tucker Minter and Seth the Merchant lined up.
Corey Henry and Scott Warren, Dylan Dreiling, and Travis Brown fighting back, and Dean Clavitt. So we got some competition at the end of this thing.
Dean Clavitt Masterclass?
He said he was going to be aggressive. Mo Perry, Tyler Gary, and DJ Smith door slamming on the entry to turn number 3. Looks like Mo Perry had a moment off the bumper of Doucette. Okay for now. Travis Brown leads that third line, coming to 5 laps to go.
That third line, 10 cars back of the leaders.
Tucker Minter leads with 5 laps to go. The Merchant in tow. That's probably the best 2-car duo we have once they get hooked up. So that's going to be tough to beat. But they know how to beat each other. It's cat and mouse. We've heard over and over and over this season. You don't want to be leading off turn number 4. You want to be the one making the move for the win. And that's what Seth the Merchant has done for himself right now.
Oh, it was Dylan Dreiling and
there goes the rest of the field. Tyler Gary up in front of traffic. Travis Brown, Mo Perry, Frisch, Oates, Flag, Clavitt, EJ Smith, and more. And that'll give us to RODDCAR overtime. 24 is Crab walking Hunter East. So something had happened right before that. Down the back straightaway. Back this up. Just let this play out. Scott Warren tries to make a move. Big checkup, and there he is. Dylan Dreiling, unfortunately. But for him, he actually avoids the worst of it. He would have been right in the thick of this. But you can see here, Scott Warren, he wants to have the 97 go with him. That doesn't happen, so he's getting sucked back. 95 in the 01, head of steam, big collision checkups, all out of control. Nice work by the 83 not to hit anything, so he actually will be spared the worst of this. And then as we continue on, find out where the second one starts. You can just, it's a massive checkup in the outside line. Massive, about 6 cars deep, it looks like.
Never heard that before.
You can see here, it looks like it starts with the 5 of Corey Henry. 97 in the back of him. Rod into the back of the 97. Zielinski into the back of Rod. And then somebody, I'm about to find out. So Dean Clavitt, who I'm assuming is getting pushed Perry. Right there. Right there. Big collision. Oh, Travis Brown gets nailed. Because then even Mo Perry was in the... Yeah, so right there, it's Ryan Doucette. It's just a multiple incidents almost, because it's a massive checkup. Everybody's all squirrely about 8 cars deep, but officially, if we have to call it, it is the 97 Jay Wright into the fence, Rod up into him, and then Dean down, Mo down, and it's just a big old mess.
I really love the comment. We've destroyed more in this half-length race than some full-length races.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm inclined to agree with that. It's been slobber knocker so far.
I don't think we've gone over 5 laps.
The intensity is ramped up to an 11. They saw less laps, and they said, all right, it's go time from the drop of the green flag. And so here we are. RODDCAR overtime. In the wild card doubleheader, race 1 of 2. Same rules apply. 3 attempts. Gotta finish under green. With all of that, multiple drivers still on pit road getting service. Playoff hopefuls. Kem, Perry, Gary. Looks like they'll all be able to get back out. We literally run 30 seconds of ads per 1 hour. So I literally have it set to the lowest possible amount. Can't tell you anything else.
Just don't cry. Cry or sub.
You know, give us $5 and there's no ads. Anywho. I'm just saying, like, it was people like, oh man, I'm missing the race. It's like, I literally have it turned down to the lowest amount Twitch will let me. It's like, I can't do anything else other than that. Yell at Amazon.
Hey, you wait till we get actual sponsorships, right? We're ready.
Yeah.
I'll be the best.
I
shill out
realized
there.
very quickly when we started broadcasting that, like, just the standard, whatever the default amount was just not going to work. Because
No, there were so many.
Because it's like, oh, we're coming to 3 to go. Here's a 2-minute ad, and you're running 17-second lap times. It's like, oh, sorry about that. You just missed the entire finish. So we just cranked it all the way down.
Just give us money.
Yeah, F1, you can say what you want about their racing quality, you know, or lack thereof, but they go flag to flag with not a second of advertisements. It's fantastic.
Can't really sell advertising to F1. No one watches.
Eh. They do
Just watch the highlights. Actually, just watch the first lap and then be done with it.
Watch the first corner and be like, all right, we're solid. I won't lie, they've actually had some decent races this year, though. I'll give them that. Pace car. Off for attempt 1 of 3 of RODDCAR overtime.
I think we're making it to number 3 tonight.
Oh, we're using all 3 attempts. But here we go. Tucker Minner, Seth the Merchant, Scott Warren, Corey Henry, Parker White, Zielinski, Jay Riot, Hill, Cozy Barrows, your top 10 were back underway. And Jacob Roth through the grass before he even got through the triangle.
What are you doing? What are we doing?
So they got to make it back around. We'll re-rack them for attempt number 2.
What? No.
If they don't make it back around, we will re-rack them. Yeah.
Y'all stuck at me. Like, oh, you're talking about because of the rock. I'm like, no, we're good.
No,
we're still good.
No caution. They're driving good. Tucker Minner on the high side. Scott Warren on the low line. Jay Riot Minter not going to get there in time, so he'll have to jump back up top. And here comes Scott Warren. They're 3-4 wide in the back. Jay Riot pushing him for all he's worth. There's Kevin Spencer in the top 5. Dean Clavitt. Everybody hungry for a win, and they're going to do it on the first attempt. White flag race is official. And it's Scott Warren leading.
Can't believe we actually made it on one time.
Look at Kevin Spencer. Nearly 150 starts, no wins. Dean Clavitt trying to break a long winless streak. The top 2 trying to break a long winless streak. And the Coke Series guys trying to steal it again. But here comes...
there's going to be you've got to block that. You can't let them go around.
Coke Series drivers just formed up in a foursome and went right around the outside. 4 in a row. Hill, Minter, White, DeMerchant. And they are checking out from the field. Hill's going to get turned. It's going to be Minter, White, and DeMerchant. Here comes Parker White. He won the eNASCAR championship a couple of days ago. Can he get to RODDCAR victory lane? They're going to hit the line. It's Minter. We'll see what Rod elects to call. There was some door banging, but it is Tucker, Minter, Parker White in a hellacious crash after the checkers. Minter, White, DeMerchant, Hill, Cozy, Falkingham, Gary, Zielinski. They swept the top 8. They've done it again.
I'm going to be really curious about this call from Rod because Tucker does come down. I don't know if he's trying to sidetrack him or if he just wants to stop that momentum. Holy!
Let's do the whodunit angle. We'll see, but doesn't force. There's no yellow line in effect. Replay here. We'll just do the last half a lap. But if you're Jay Riot or Scott Ward, make a move. It's 2 against 4. You had to at least try to block them. And they didn't. But then again, Scott Warren, Jay Riot, solid points race for them in terms of the wild card, so maybe that's what they were content with. Christopher Hill going to get shipped off the right rear by Minter, but he's getting shoved from 3 other people. And here we go to the finish. You be the judge. It looks like Parker White's going to have it at this point. He's got the 14. He's coming up. Minter's coming down. Gets Parker White sideways. He hangs on to second, but you'd be the call for that.
I think it might be a little interesting.
Finish is fine. Minor brawling, according to Rod Flags. The race is official. Whether Parker White is of the same opinion, don't know. I mean, it wasn't the most egregious thing I've ever seen, but some people would view it as...
That's just short track racing.
Biggest track on the calendar.
By like 0.1 mile here.
Yeah, but it's all the Coke Series drivers brawling amongst each other, so it's something they're unused to at this point, I'd imagine. But you think he has it, and you could say, oh, he's trying to side draft, but oof.
All right, well, we've got 1 and 2. Let's get to them before we got to go to the next.
Yeah, race 2 coming up in 10 minutes. My goodness, Cozy.
All right, let's get Tucker in here.
Here with your race 1 winner, Tucker Minter. Did it in fascinating fashion. Had a line of 4 there at the end of the last lap. Steamed around the competition, and it was a brawl to the finish. Walk me through it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were in a great spot when we took the green for that green-white checkered there, and then about the time we took the white flag, I thought we were in a really bad spot, and then by the time we got to turn 3, we were in a really good spot again. So, coming to the finish there, I thought Parker really had me there because he did a good job of breaking away from Merch when Merch went low. He kind of stayed with my bumper long enough that he was able to get to my left rear, but didn't get side drafted by Merch. And so really all I could do was try to get away from him pulling me back. And then once we got even, try to give him just a little tap to hurt his momentum a little bit. And, I hit him a little bit harder than I would have liked to. But, I think also with, the steering rotation kind of makes it look a little bit worse than it was. But, it's always fun to race Parker and the NFR guys, especially when it comes down to the end of these races. They know what they're doing, and I feel like we know what we're doing. So it makes it a real mind game and trying to figure out how to put your car in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely. Then we'll just point it out. Let's see here. First race this season, Talladega, you won it. Then we made a return trip 2 weeks later. Second win of the season, Talladega. Waited a couple weeks, but got your third win of the season at Talladega. And come back here to Talladega. 4 wins, all at Talladega. So just absolutely dominant this season.
Yeah, I mean, normally I would say I tend to run better at Daytona and have more luck there, but for whatever reason, this car this season, it's been good to me. So I wish the season finale was here with those stats, but hopefully we have the best luck at Daytona in the playoffs as well.
Rod just call it Tucker Dega. But yeah, we got race 2 coming up in just a minute. We'll see if you can repeat, and best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Here with the runner-up tonight in race number 1. But first, our congratulations to you, Parker White, on a monumental achievement earlier this week for the eNASCAR Championship, and followed it up with another solid finish in RODDCAR.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how this race is going to go. I was involved in that lap 1 crash, so I had to take the fast repair on lap 1, and then I got some rear end damage in the second wreck. I just went low, just tried to stop as much as I could to try to avoid it, but really wasn't. I think I forgot who it was that hit me, but it really wasn't their fault. I was just really trying to slow down. I got some rear end damage from that, and I thought that was going to hurt me for the rest of the race, although I fixed all the damage to it. I feel like the car just wasn't as good in the draft after that, but luckily I was able to stay up there, put myself in the right position, and going down the back stretch, we kind of got separated on the front stretch. Like I went under Merch, and it got us separated from Tucker and Chris. So I was able to get back to them about like 3/4 way down the back, and was just going to push Tucker. I had Seth behind me, and I think Cozy behind Seth, and there's like 4 Altus drivers against just me there. So idea is going to be very hard to beat them. And then Chris got turned into the wall off of 4, and it was basically just Tucker and I saw Merch go low, and I knew that Merch was going to try to probably pull me off of Tucker so Tucker could just get the win. So tried to go high on Tucker to try to make it at least like a 3-wide win. It's a 3-wide finish instead of Tucker just pulling away there. And that didn't work. I was able to clear Merch, so I went low. And then coming to the line, I think we just kind of came together there. I think the replay kind of exaggerates it a bit, makes Tucker look like he came down more, but realistically, I think we were kind of just going for the same spot on the track. But yeah, overall, it was a really fun race, and second, it's a good result for me.
Absolutely, already locked into next week's playoffs, so just running for the prize money in race 1. But nevertheless, another great result. Momentum carries on into next week for sure, and just going for the win in race 2 at this point, just having fun with it.
Yeah. Like I haven't done a RODDCAR doubleheader in a couple of years, so it'll definitely be a fun race. Probably in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're advancing very soon, so we'll let you go ahead and get in there, and good luck in race number 2.
All right, thank you.
You're the 3rd place finisher tonight, and more importantly, the highest wild card driver of the first race at the Merchant Well run, and put yourself in a great spot for the second race in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, just did what we had to do to get some good points there. Going to that green checkered, we just put ourselves in a bad position and fell back. But then luckily had some help there with Parker, was able to get back into contention for the win coming to the flag. But the runs didn't go our way to where I could do anything, and I kind of just had to sit there and watch those 3 race it out. But good points position for for the playoff with 1 more race to go. So
absolutely,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Try to do the same thing.
Absolutely. Points race in the Super Speedway, very hard to do, but managed it well and put yourself in a very solid position. So good luck, and we'll see you out there in race 2 in just a couple minutes.
Thanks. We're going to send it.
We're gonna send it.
So let's go ahead and register for the second session ourselves. Race 2 of 2, 38 laps, all the same. Same rules apply. Already got 32 drivers filled up. We're ready to rock and roll. Oh, is that the? I don't know. We shall see.
What do you know?
Well, we'll just see. There we go. Got a nice little intro for everybody. And we'll join the second session leader in just a second. Let's quickly We'll just very shoddy do this. Real quick. While we're loading in. Update these playoff points for everybody. Give a good picture of what everyone needs to do in race number 2. Back to the overlay, and we'll be ready to rock and roll in just a second. While we're doing that, let's finish updating these points. Right, so we got the updated points ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and show everybody where things stand after race 1 of 2. And real quickly, actually empty that out. And then we can just show you just the point values. Top 5 don't matter; they're already locked in next week's playoffs. But bragging rights, all the same. Seth the Merchant, Cozy, Hill, Gary, and Warren currently slated to advance. Jay Riot, Hunter East, Dylan Dreiling, Dylan Kem, and Mo Perry on the outside looking in, looking at number 10. So 1,029 points for Scott Warren. 15th, 1,012. A 17-point difference from 10th to 15th. So everything on the line. Nobody's mathematically out of it whatsoever. We will be in for another thriller here, I'm sure. Advancing in just 2 minutes to qualifying for race number 2. I have a couple of newcomers that we haven't seen before join the second race. That is how the points look, and don't have to update anything because Tucker Minter won. So no locked in. Every spot still on the table. That's just how we like it. It's race 11, race 12 coming up. And with that being said, Art, who's winning race number 2?
I'm just gonna go back to back.
Mr. Tucker Minter.
If he's here, if we're at Talladega, like,
yeah, I mean, he's won 4 out of 5 races. Michael Cozy Jr. won the other one.
I mean, statistically speaking, he's gonna win again.
Go ahead and give me I'm gonna look at these points here. Go ahead and give me Seth the Merchant.
Mr. Bad to the Bone and the Fireman.
We are ready to rock and roll here. Raj just inviting. Obviously, there's some people that are just doing one or the other, so a couple people getting in. Looks like this race joining us, Darren Stoff, Dalton Hayes, and Drew Jawad going to be joining us in race number 2. So another new face for us, the 81 machine of Darren Stoff. Seen Dalton Hayes a time or two before, I believe, but still classified as a rookie. We'll wait and see for the final numbers, but everyone can just stare at Jaden Carter. See. Kind of paces around Tyler Gary doing some burnouts. And that'll be it for the warm-up into qualifying for race number 2. We'll see who gets off pit road first to give us something to look at. Looks like it'll be Dylan Dreiling, tentatively. Followed by Tyler Gary, Corey Henry at the exact same time. Dreiling changes paint schemes between race 1 and 2.
What?
Nice. Nice. Love that for me.
Why?
Yeah, like, paint schemes will be updated next week. It's fine. It's fine.
Dylan Dreiling is a menace to society.
He should be the first man. Actually, looks like Tyler. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a dead heat. We'll see. Only one lap qualifying. 5 minutes. So we'll be ready to rock and roll here. Very quick.
There's a reason there's an asterisk next to Dylan Dreiling's draft card.
I don't know that there is, though.
Me and him have agreed that there's
Yeah,
an
but
asterisk next to his.
officially in the stat book, there's no asterisk. Let's go on board with him for his lap. Needs a big performance to get in. Show you periodically through the night, but here it is. So at a minimum, or at most, we could have 9 out of the 10 spots be filled with Coke Series drivers. Obviously, the job of Jay Riot, Hunter East, Dylan Dreiling, Kem, Perry is to change that. They're going to try and steal those spots back. So they're definitely going to need to lead laps, get a bonus point, and then finish with inside the top 5, because you know the Coke Series drivers will be up there. Dreiling crosses the line. Times are going to start coming in. 52.516. Gary 52.4. The time to beat. '77 machine of Ryan Doucette. Got to finish his lap. Dylan Kem crosses the line. Mo Perry crosses the line. Kem 5th. Mo Perry now 5th. Beats him. Doucette 5th. Everyone loves that 5th spot. Now to Merchant goes 5th. Scott Warren needs a big lap. Goes 8th. Rod Flag, always an excellent qualifier. Let's see what that 10 machine's got in store. Cozy, 12th quickest. Jacob Dunn goes 11th. Hunter East crosses the line. 12th. Next up will be Harry Tiller, and then Rod Flag, and then Gary Weaver. Tiller across the line. Goes P1, 52.47. Rod Flag. Can he steal it? P6. 52.47 flat for Harry Tiller. 52.472 for Tyler Gary. Keeps him on the front row. Final laps coming in. Gary Weaver, then Bobby Zielinski, then Travis Brown. Those will be the final 3 to set lap times. '75 machine crosses the line. the 17, Bobby Zielinski. And then looks like Travis Brown reset his lap. So Zielinski be the last time on the board. Will be your 19th qualifier, and that's a lot for a plate track, honestly. Into the apron. And to the start-finish line. Not in the middle of the tri-oval, by the way. He's going to invalidate his lap. Only 18 end up timed. Give the pole to the Brit, Harry Tiller.
It's not something that should be happening. When it comes to our sport, they're not supposed to be able to turn left real good. I do believe he does, like, you know, his racing over there as well. Just turning left.
Yes.
A little banger racing.
Let's see here. Did I get the new guys? Okay, let's just do this here. Looks like the only one, my apologies to Mr. Dalton Hayes. His number did not load. Let's fix that. That's just rude. 47. There it is. Because there he is with that number. So we'll go ahead and quickly give him something to put on the ticker. Don't know why it didn't adjust, but there we go. And then everybody should be ready to rock and roll here for race number 2. Right. Now we're off, ticker on. And we're ready to rock and roll. Not sure if this is his debut, because Ron has a number file for him, but if it's not, it's really his first or second start, so I do apologize. Stats will be up to standard next week. Must admit,
What?
I think Darren Stoff has made one race and one career start. But look at that number file, though. Don't you just love that? That's a good-looking number.
It's actually a good-looking number.
So very glad we get to have that on the ticker here. That stat for Darren is actually correct. So this is his second ever start. Michael Gould